They prayed on my downfall, but guess who really up? A average Joe from Texas joined the Navy, he a club. Never went to college, that nigga broke, he a bum. Come to find out that nigga K.A.M, he the one. How the fuck he made E5 at 21? He don't act his age, he at least 30 some. How he on that motorcycle make that bitch hum? Guess he changed his star, should've seen that shit from jump. Fresh off work. And I said I was gonna do this video about a week ago, never got to it, so now here we are. Even though I'm late, I have been doing stuff with my Honda, getting that ready to drive down to Texas. So it's been crazy. Bear with me as I slack on videos. Look at that. All right, man. So what's popping? How y'all been? How's y'all doing? We're gonna do a vid on how I afford my Trackhawk. This dirty Trackhawk that I haven't cleaned out in like 2 days. Black is so hard to keep clean, even the leather and the exterior. I didn't clean it like 4 or 5 times and it's still dirty. As you can see, that little box right there is some lights. I've been trying to put lights in here, and I might gotta take them back because they do not work. Or maybe it's the outlet or whatever, I don't know. It's tripping. Anyway, back on topic, squirrel. How do I afford my Trackhawk, man? We about to dive into it. Let me get adjusted. As I'm getting off work and I got different ride heights because boots add like 4 inches. And you know, I'm a little short in real life. Alright, so let's hop into it. So starting off, I definitely had a moment before I even bought my Trackhawk. I've been thinking about getting this Trackhawk since last year, like the middle of last year, or whenever. It must have been before last year. Oh yeah, like last year. We knew deployment was coming up the next year, and we were like, what y'all gonna get when y'all get out deployment? I was like, man, I'm gonna get a Trackhawk. They was like, how you gonna get that? I was like, just save, you know what I'm saying? And then put some money down. Or put a shit ton of money down and then have my payments be super low. I hate coming this way. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna save and put a crap ton of money down, and my payment should be low. So I ended up going, and I was just like, let me look and see like what's out there as far as like Trackhawks, like where they mostly be at, like how close are they. With me being stationed in Washington, am I gonna have to go home to Texas and like pick up a Trackhawk and drive it back up here, or what going on with that? Boom. So I found 3 Trackhawks for sale in Washington, used of course, and I was like, all right, well, let me do my research. So one was in like an hour away in a little spot called Bellingham, but I didn't like how many miles was on it. It had like 53 something. And I was like, yeah, no, that ain't it. And then I found this one in Bellevue after I like waited some time. Like New Year's came and I'm looking, I was just like, yeah, whatever. At the momentarily, so simultaneously, I was saving money. So what was that, middle of last year, I was in 3rd class. Yeah, middle of last year, I was 3rd class, and then September 1st hits, I get mapped, and then I'm getting paid instantly. So I'm putting in paperwork for me to get a house out in town. All the rest is forms and stuff like that you got to fill out for the Navy. Boom, find a spot to stay, and now I know exactly what my paychecks look like. So after my paychecks became constant, like consistently a normal number, if that makes sense, because around the time as soon as I made it, November came, and that's when I got my, like, you get every year you get these like clothing allowances and all types of other stuff if you like been in for like 2 years, 4 years and all stuff like that, so you get a raise. So once I finally figured out the consistency of my paycheck, I started putting away like $1,000 a check. Like I would mind you, in December I knew I had surgery, because by the time I made second, I had already torn my ACL, and well, they thought it was a sprain at first, and then I already torn my ACL, but that's a whole different story we'll go into later. So yeah, I was saving, and I was looking at Trackhawks and stuff. So boom, December hits. I have been saving a little bit of money, like still going crazy, but and like doing stuff with my Honda. Like I bought 212s and all sort of stuff like that for the Honda, and was decking it out. At the same time, I was saving money, just putting it to the side. Yeah, fuck that. So I started putting money to the side. Started putting money to the side. I had like $500 saved up after like a month, because I was just spending money on like the Honda and buying it parts and stuff like that. So boom, December hits. Oh no, September, October, November. So boom, Thanksgiving hits, and that's when I decide. Oh, that's when I found out that that I had torn my ACL and my lateral and medial meniscus, so I needed to get surgery. So I was like, damn. That all goes on. That whole little conversation between me and my command goes on. Like, what we gonna do? Cool. They was like, yeah, you can stay in the squadron. Bada bing, bada boom. That whole little thing happens. And then December 1st hits. So before my surgery was December 1st. It happened December 1st. So like the day before I had surgery, I went out and I bought a crap ton of groceries. Like enough to last me for like 2 months, because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to like go back out, like when I was gonna be able to walk again, like all this other stuff happened. So I bought a shit ton of groceries for like 2 months worth of me just being in the house. December 1st, I had my surgery. I had a friend drop me off, another friend picked me up, and then like the whole month of December, I stayed in the house and I was just to myself, like just doing the solo dolo thing. That's when I really started saving money, because then I had just limited myself just to living off like $500 for like 2 weeks, like just for me to like spend and do something. But I couldn't go anywhere, so I was stuck. So that $500 ends up piling on from the $1,000 I've already been saving every 2 weeks. And then yeah, I would say I was only spending like anywhere from like $200 to $250. Pause. I was living off $250 because all I was buying was pizza pockets and drinking water. And I was heavily medicated, so all I was doing was staying in the crib, waking up, eating a snack, and then going back to sleep the whole entire time for maybe about like a month. So yeah, that's how that was possible. Saving every 2 weeks. And then yeah, I would say I was only spending like anywhere from like $200 to $250 out of the 2 weeks, out of that $500 I was, using. Because I already had groceries, and like I wasn't eating much, like, what I'm saying? I'm a little skinny dude, but I wasn't eating much. And yeah, so I just put it in my savings and like just forget about it. So I wouldn't even look at my bank account. So I know I had money in there, and I know I wasn't spending a lot, so I was like, yeah, I'm solid. So fast forward, I'm just going to PT. I'm getting tired of like driving my Honda, because like I said, I had knee surgery. So obviously every time you go in, you gotta push the clutch. And at that point, I gotta throw the whole hip into it, and pop back out. Then I get tired of that, and I got a power shift. So I was like, yeah, no, eventually I'm gonna mess with my Honda doing that stuff. So I was like, I need a new car. Started looking, started talking to people. I was like, man, what you think about that? This Hellcat, what you think about this Trackhawk? What you think about this? What you think about that? And that's when I got serious, and I just hit up Bellevue Nissan, and I was like, hey, yo, is this Trackhawk still available? I want to come down and see it. They asked me how much I was gonna put down. I was like, I can put down, at the time I had $5K saved up. So right, January hits, like January 10th hits, and I'm like, yo, I got $5K saved up. Bada bing, bada boom. I was like, I can put $5K down. He was like, good, great. Do this little application online, see if you get pre-approved. Another bing, bada boom. Do the application online. He's like, yeah, credit, man. Credit is what makes shit so much easier. Honestly, credit makes everything so much easier. When you have credit, have a good credit. I want to say mine's like 700, so I'm doing pretty decent for a 21-year-old. And boom, I got approved. And then he was like, yeah, come on down, test drive it. Cool. So went down there, test drove it, fell in love with it, but I wasn't trying to play all hard. And I was like, I'm trying to play hard, like, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's something slight, you know what I'm saying? Downplaying the situation, just to try to get some money off of it. Fast forward, we talked some more, and then I just started noticing little things. So on each one of these rims, whoever had it before, you can tell they had a little bit of curb rash. Like little small minute things, like the speaker, not the speaker itself, but like the speaker casing. Is that what you call it? Like the outer of the speaker box, like the protecting or whatever. It has a hole in it. It's just in the rear passenger. I thought all Trackhawks came with a spare tire. It didn't, but they still took money off for it anyway. Then I had my military discount. That was $500 off. So boom, ran the numbers, and he was like, all right, so how much you want to put down? So this time I changed it back, and I was like, nah, I just want to put $2,500 down. So when I went and I was buying it, they had a sheet basically saying like if I put down $2,500, $5K, and like $7K or something crazy like that. And when you look between the payments, you're like, hold on, bro, like it's not even like a difference. The difference between me doing $2,500 down and $5K down was like maybe $116 on my payments. Swear. So I was like, well, hell no, like that's just stupid. I was like, that's another $2,500 that I can actually just put into the car. And then it started off being like 100 or something. So you start looking, like on this sheet they give you, you start looking at stuff, and you like, So like I said, this place was 2 hours away. I don't need that full-time service thing, because I'm not driving out here to get it serviced. I'll just find a Dodge or Jeep dealership out here to get it serviced at, or a place I can get it serviced out here. So they took that off. That was like $5K. Super crazy. I got a warranty, bumper-to-bumper warranty for 45,000 miles. It's like a 5-year, 45,000 mile warranty. So that was like $2K. I got gap insurance. No, the way I drive, I needed that. So yeah, I got gap insurance, and that was it. The rest of like all those other fees and stuff they tried to hit me with, I was like, nah, bro, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. And I was even so petty. I was like, it's a $200 document fee. I was like, bro, change that to like $150. He was like, all right, bro, that's cool. Reran the numbers, and I think my final. So that time, yeah, when I left and I signed the papers that time, it was like $1,372 or $5.
Damn!
So that was when I left that day. Boom. I'm at work, chilling, living the life, living the vida loca. It's like Friday or something like that. Is it Friday? No. A few days later, man, they called me and they're like, hey, yo, something wrong with your paperwork. I said, hold up, because what are you saying? Like, what do you mean? I thought something went wrong and I didn't get approved. I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, you already let me drive off with it, so what, can't be nothing crazy. He's like, no, it ain't nothing serious. He was like, we did the numbers wrong. I said, what? He was like, no, your payment doesn't go up. Everything stays, your payment stays the same, but it just saves you money in the long run. He was like, and we're going to give you a full tank of gas. Oh, I'm there. I said, yeah, let me talk to my supervisor and see if I can get down there today. Supervisor said it was cool. Ended up sliding down there. And so, yes, he was correct. The numbers were wrong. Look, bitch, that shit up. Motherfucker, just pull out in Washington, bro. I can't stand this place. So, the numbers were wrong. They ended up going back in, and boom, he's like, yeah, we saved you like $20 on your payment each month. So I'm thinking that's not a lot. He was like, well, let me do the math and like tell you how much you actually did save. I ended up saving damn near $2,000. I said, oh yes. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Yeah, got up out of there and went crazy in the trackie. That draw to Seattle was probably about the fun thing. So yeah, no, man, my payments went from like 1372 or 5 to 1350 something, I believe. Yeah, like 1350 something. So yes, don't get me wrong, that's a mortgage payment. Like, yes, my loan term is 82 months, some shit like that, 82, 84. So yes, it's for a while, but like I said, I got deployment coming up, so I plan on taking my deployment money, at least half of it. That is my goal. I have a budget in my mind. I'm not fully done with it, but I have a budget in my mind. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna just take a certain percentage of what I make on deployment, and then I'll refinance the Trackhawk. And I'm still working those numbers. I'm figuring out how much it'll be. And still talking with the bank on like, yeah, on how, just a hypothetical, how much it'll be. So yeah, man, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong. When you want something nice that nobody has, it's the only one on the island, and well, not a lot of many. Let me not say the only one to have, but not a lot of many people have it. It's gonna cost you. Especially, like I said, I only put $2,500 down, so I knew I was bearing that burden, and I know how the long term looks because it's a hot minute. But yeah, no, man, I have a plan, and you just got to stick with the plan. So like, I know I'm going on deployment. I know I'm going on a whole bunch of debts coming up this year, so I know I'm gonna be able to save extra cash and extra money. That's just the beautiful thing about being in the Navy. Is when you go on debts, they pay you for them. You get per diem and stuff like that, so you'll have money. Hopefully, I get approved to drive down to Fallon. That is the goal, so I can make some content down there with the rest of CAG. I got a bunch of buddies in Virginia, and we'll all be in Fallon. So hopefully I get approved to drive the Trackhawk down there and make some content for y'all. So yeah, that's how much my Trackhawk costs. That's how much I'm paying every month. Oh, insurance. I almost forgot about that. Insurance, bruh. I got Progressive, and I've been with Progressive for a hell of a minute because I have a motorcycle as well. I have my motorcycle insured through Progressive, so that gave me like a little discount, if you want to say. So it's only $200. It comes out to like $230 after. That's with the bike and the Trackhawk, and then, like I said, you're gonna pay for gas. I'll do another video about how much gas costs, how often I'm filling up, because I'm already on half a tank, and I just filled up yesterday.
Bankrupt, like no money on my card.
But yeah, man, $200 for insurance, $230 for the bike and the Trackhawk, so it's not bad. So I would say, all in all, about like $1,500 a month. More than that, like $1,500-$1,600 a month for this Trackhawk is the final cost coming out to it. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, if I blow up on YouTube, it may be less. But yeah, definitely don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and please share. But put everybody on. We about to. I know I've been slow with the videos, but I'm coming with more videos. I got y'all. Yeah, life has been crazy. I'm still doing physical therapy and stuff like that for my knees, so I can't do as much. And like I said, I'm on an island, so you know, can't be going too crazy. Get the fuck out of the way, Stanley. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share with your aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, daughters, all that. They prayed on my downfall, but guess who really up? Average Joe from Texas joined the Navy. He a club. Never went to college. That nigga broke. He a bum. Come to find out that nigga K.A.M, he the one.